So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Get down, get down. Blue 80. Yeah, I need one over here.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. Lamar Miller. He's at the 40, the 20, 10. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Here we go.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Hey, we got four. We got four down.
Back, down. You wide, 80. Go. Get set.
Shotgun now for Carr. Dumps it complete to Miller. It's a gain of 7, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
On the carry, here's Marshawn Lynch. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Strong right. 6:37. Monday, down. Blue 80. Go. Get set. Blue 80, touch.
Now Carr underneath for Miller. A little 360. Only a pickup of 2, but that's all they needed for the first.
So when you saw him dump it off to the back, did you think he was going to pick up the first down there?
Well, I knew one thing. It wasn't his primary target. At least it didn't look like it. Turned out to be the play they needed, though. And it's big because it's the opening drive. So converting that 3rd down, keeping the drive going.
Yeah, it certainly appeared like his downfield targets were covered. He threw the little dump off to his back, and nice effort picking up the first down, though. And you're right. That opening drive, keep those chains moving.
And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Stop right there. Everyone's got four down.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. Oh, and now he bowls him over. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Carr now on 1st down. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now 2nd down. Ryan Grant, the intended target, and it's 2nd down. To throw again. Carr. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And the Jags grab it. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. In their locker room, they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And, Charles, they pointed to that this week, said that has to be us. Looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they place on that and what they believe in. And for them, it's every single snap. So it's not just a matter of getting to the quarterback and knocking the ball free. They're trying to read when that ball's going to come free. As soon as those hands separate to throw the ball, they want to be there and have a chance to knock it out.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Let's go, let's go.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Go. Get set.
A first down carry now for Miller. And dropped at the 35, but able to display some strength on the run. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Yo, Chief. Monday, down. Blue 80.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And the athleticism on the spin move allows him to pick up the first before he's brought down. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Throwing on first down is Carr. Buying time to his left. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did.
Okay, after those first 2 drives, I think there's a head coach who's going to be calling for CSI. They're going to want some forensics on this. What is going on with this ball club? Unable to hold on to the football and take care of it.
Yeah, 2 straight fumbles for them to start out.
Yeah, you would think that this team would come in ready to go. Sometimes just mentally not prepared, and it shows up in these types of plays.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Bortles being chased out left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Michael Kendricks in there to drop him. And it'll be a loss of about 8.
Lucy.
Now a play fake. Bortles. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. William Golston. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. He'll take it at the 42. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out.
Down! Blue 80!
Now this time, Carl throw. Out to his left. And his throw is incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
Miles Jack can just flat out cover. Doesn't matter who's out there, and he can do it really well in man. How about what he just did there in zone, though? Eyes in the right place, saw where the ball was going, reacted appropriately, and knocked it away.
On 3rd down, Miller. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
11B, 11B. We got 3. Green 80. Green 80.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
And now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. He's going to field this at the 4. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. So out come the Raiders. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
He lost 6 there on the 1st down play.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Monday down.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
Purdue. Go, Chief. Where's it? Run.
Now Carr throwing on second down. Steps away to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
The Raiders on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
Down. You're wide, 8-8.
4 down.
24.
I got it.
From the gun, it's Carr. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. He's got a man complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. A big play there. Carr to Cooper. 53 yards. So a slight improvement in field position, you might say, from inside their own 10 to this as they come up on first down.
Go. Get set.
They go play action here on first down. His throw incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And now it's second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Carr now to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. After the penalty, it's Miller. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole, 3rd and long.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Raiders on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
29.
44 is the mic. 44.
29.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. What's the
To throw, it's Carr. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Down. You ready?
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Get set. You ready?
On 2nd and goal, here's an option play left. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Carr now on 3rd and goal. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. And Forbath will put this one through, and the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. He finds an opening past the 40. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Omaha.
Bortles now on first down. Now he's forced out left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Green 80.
Back to the air on second down. It's Bortles. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. Evades the tackler, and now some space. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Here's Carr to throw. Breaks a tackle. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Get set. Blue 80. 24. 6-18. 93. 93.
Carr going to throw. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now.
Hey, 96 is coming. Real Mike, 96.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. On the tackle that time, Bruce Irvin. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Here we go.
Tight is right. Watch tight. Tight is right.
11B, 11B.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. A throw left side complete to his receiver, Westbrook. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. A final shot before half for Bortles. He's going to let this one go deep. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense. First here in this third quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, 54, Ricky.
Now a play fake here on first down. Floating one, incomplete. The running back, Leonard Fournette, his intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Bortles going to run the draw with Fournette. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
11B, 11B. Mike, 53.
Bortles to throw on 3rd and 1. And the Raiders have got him. Michael Kendricks in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
That would be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the 3rd quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. Now on 4th down, they throw the deep ball, but it winds up to be incomplete. So nursing a slim lead, and that is the opposite of protecting that slim lead.
All I can think here is that head coach, he knows more about what's going on with his team than we do. He must know something's up. Either he has trouble with his punter, right? He's worried about his defense. There's an explanation in there that we're going to ask for after the game, because in this situation, I wouldn't have done that in normal circumstances, but maybe he thought my best opportunity is with my offense.
Yeah, interesting. Back in their own territory. Now we'll see what transpires. They keep it with Miller on first down. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Man left, man left. Even.
Carr gives to Lynch on the draw. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Carr, and that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete, and now second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. And this will be incomplete. He was looking to get it to his running back, Lamar Miller. And now it's third down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Setting up the screen for Miller. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Bortles on the give to Fournette. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. They'll check this one off to Fournette. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to bring up a third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Bortles going to throw. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down. Bortles now on first down. He's going to launch this. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Jaguars! As his guys are in for 6, and the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Flushed out right. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage. But instead, he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Bortles to throw on 2nd down. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. 3rd touchdown pass of the game for Blake Bortles. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. And this one through the uprights and good. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time, 1 play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback. Yeah, look up.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just 1 big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made. And that just means you're 1 big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Go, go. Get set, get set.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Forced out to his left. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Cooper was the intended target.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Bortles. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags. Shotgun now for Bortles. He's going to look deep down the field. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Carl Joseph.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Buying time to his left. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. And the pitch goes to Miller. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Hey! 6:37.
Carr now on 1st down. Underneath for Miller. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back to the ground, this time Lynch. How did he stay on his feet? And he's got room. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A Raider 1st down, 17 yards. So after the run by Lynch, here's another 1st and 10. They run again on 1st down, Lynch. And he stopped immediately there. Calais Campbell on the stop.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Go. Get set.
Now they'll throw with Carr. Being chased out left. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the 1st.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, 2nd half, no quit in him.
0.
Flush to his right. And this is caught. It's Cooper. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. And Carr's going to keep it himself. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Derek Carr, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. Forbath, the extra point, as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Forbath out to kick this one away. It's a very short kick taken by an up man.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
Miller will get it. He has been busy today. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Amari Cooper, his second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders move back within a couple of the lead. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. From the gun, it's Carr. On the move to his left. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last for
a long time.
No doubt. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Here's a give to Fournette. And he's got some space here. And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Detroit! Detroit!
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Tahir Whitehead. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. Second and 19.
56. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. In for the score. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here's Carr. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. A strong safety, Barry Church, all over that one and knocked it away.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
29. 29. Go, go. Get set, get set.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. The Raiders on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
24.
Shotgun now for Carr. And this is going to be incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Carr, got to have this one. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. To throw is Carr. Steps away to his left. He's going to let it fly. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Back to throw, Carr. Dancing to his left. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he's got the 1st down before being taken down at the 46. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Go, go. Get set, get set.
Now Carr. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Yeah, this will get them all the way inside of Jacksonville's 10. A big play there, Carr to Cooper. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. And even 40 yards. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Jaguars getting set to go. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is a defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
They begin with a run by Fournette. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
down.
Hot! No. Check. Patriot. Patriot.
Hey, 96 is coming.
Over.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders have recovered. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
You got 4.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. Now they've got to signal that field goal unit, and they have to sprint out there in a hurry.
And this is always difficult on the snapper because his heart rate is way up there, and he's got to calm himself enough to make an accurate snap.
And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. So now it all rests on the foot of Kai Forbath. 2 for 2 on the afternoon, and a 3rd would win it. And his kick is right there. It's good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year. But he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They